serve as the Deputy Mayor and Commissioner in Haddonfield. I was elected a year ago, and I also serve as the Republican Party Chairman in Haddonfield. And it's my great pleasure to serve on the host committee and help Mike Friedman get elected this November. Mike called me and asked me if I would introduce our special guest today, which I gladly said yes, I would. And I think that when we look at people like Mike, a new face in government and somebody that cares about ideas and cares about Republican values and cares about the taxpayer, all the things that I ran on and all the things that I care about in my town, it's a no-brainer to get behind a new, fresh face like Mike Friedman. And we need to do this town by town by town, not only in Camden County but elsewhere in New Jersey, as I'm sure you all agree. So I don't want to be really long. Only to say that about probably 15 or maybe 18 years ago, I was a young legislative aide working in Trenton, and there was a young assemblyman and then soon to be a state senator named Joe Kyrillos who was running for Congress, right, in '92, Joe. And I think that's the first time that I met Joe, working up there in Monmouth and Middlesex counties. And Joe impressed me right off the bat with his style of leadership and the way that he conducted himself with people. One-on-one, if you were just a lowly volunteer, or whether you were a constituent or a taxpayer or a local elected official, or if you were more important and you were somebody in Trenton or Washington, Joe is the kind of guy who you just, you know, they often say when you have a campaign, which is the guy that you want to go out and have a beer with? And Joe, every time that Joe's run an election, he hands down is the one that you want to go to the bar and have a beer with. So I'm happy that Joe is here with us today, and happy that Mike asked me to introduce him. For those that don't know Senator Kryillos, he serves in the 13th Legislative District, first elected to the Assembly. That represents part of Monmouth and Middlesex counties, like I said, in 1988. After 2 terms in the Assembly, Joe moved to the State Senate, and he has served there since 1993. And Senator Kryillos has been a leader in the Senate. He serves on the Senate Economic Growth and also on the Judiciary Committee. He served as Majority Conference Leader. He has also served as Chairman of the Republican State Committee back in the early 2001 to 2004. He chaired Governor Mitt Romney's presidential campaign here in New Jersey. And he also was instrumental and, again, a visionary leader in helping elect our Republican Governor, Chris Christie, last year. And for that, we thank you, Joe. Thank you. So I won't keep it much longer because I want Joe to be able to come up here and then Mike. Senator, we're happy. You've been a friend to Camden County, a leader in the Republican Party. I don't know what's next for Joe, but I'm glad that he's down here, because if there is something next, if you're going to move farther, if we're going to send him to Washington or wherever, you know, we might do in a few years, I'm sure that we'll see him more often down here. And Joe, you're always welcome down here, and we'd love to have you. So it's my high honor and great privilege to introduce Senator Joe Kyrillos.